Yes, back to, here we go, load. And I got cut off by going to sleep last night. I don't feel like repeating, I mean, and I ended up deleting the 17 minutes I played before ending chapter 2. Now the question is, do I want to relive the end of chapter 1? Or do I just want to go to chapter 2 and miss the chapter sequence? I think I'll relive the end of chapter 1. That won't take me too long. I'll end up skipping through it a little bit. Make sure I've done everything over here. Yep, they're dead. Okay. Storm Dragon!
What is this? We missed a couple of these pitiful students?
Yeah.
This is like crushing ants. There's no...
Air!
Man!
Dire flame! Focus. Meet your end. Stop.
This will be interesting.
Dire flame. Dire flame. Stop.
This guy's a boss. He's got a little bit more health than the others. Well, mini boss.
Your technique is flawed.
I'm gonna add some chi into my attack. There we go. And I'm going to skip past this because I've already shown it. This is me just reliving the end of chapter 1.
There were so many.
And everywhere. And fire from the skies.
Fire from the skies.
I should not make fun of this. This is a very... I really love this story here.
Chased off all of Gao's men.
The BioWare did a good job on the story.
First order.
You'll be all right.
I tried. I tried so hard. I'm sorry.
And so she's going to stand up and explain to you what you would have seen if I hadn't skipped it, which I did not skip earlier. So basically, even if you skip the...
He said there was no warning.
even if you skipped the,
I don't know if this is about you. What did Gao say? That he had overheard...
That's not possible.
What?
Because he can't. And besides,
What?
I know enough about the glorious strategy. If you will not be dissuaded,
You know a lot.
okay.
make whatever.
Look.
It won't be.
So I've already done all that in the previous video, which I haven't compiled yet, and it's sitting in a large mass on my computer. Now we'll play 1944 again. Ooh, lady, pretty lady. Bomber. Balloon flyers. And now we're going to have the crash sequence again, but I'm going to skip it.
That was. It's a. Think. Not to further darken.
Ga-
The village.
Here we go. So, Chapter 2, finally. Wherein the fall of Dirge is detailed, and the woman in black speaks of Death's hand, and Gao the Greater learns the fate of his son. Two Rivers is in ruins, and Master Li has been taken captive. It is clear that this attack was carefully orchestrated, and that shadowy forces have taken an interest in you and those around you. No, they've taken an interest in Master Li. They don't know about me yet. Leaving your home of 20 years, you set out after Death's Hand and his Lotus assassins, intent on discovering the reasons behind this assault. So, here we go. Everything...
Do you feel that? Something is here. Something that hates the living.
interesting.
Stop!
Staff does not work against ghosts. My mouse seems to be a little bit sticky. Ice seems very effective when you're fighting against it. It's really difficult to use in practice. fire
You
is
fell
much
from the
easier.
sky, but despite the maddened spirits here, you will benefit. A spirit monk was here long ago, fleeing the destruction that orphaned you. He carried a piece of your amulet. It was separated, broken apart so your enemies could not find it easily. You have the first piece. It trains your abilities now. The second piece fell here with its minder, hidden until waters receded. A guardian protects it, waiting to test and serve you. The third piece awaits discovery in a distant lair. These three pieces are physical, but there is one more. It cannot be found, only earned. This final piece is all that will save you in the end.
Interesting. I'm not exactly sure
Are
what
you
she
alright?
refers to as
You
the
fell
final
over after the
piece.
fight. There was something here, but I couldn't see it clearly.
And I always tell her what I saw. I don't think I've ever tried
saw
the
a vision?
Nevermind.
Strange that I could not make it out. Strong spirits are usually quite clear to me. Please tell me if you have any more.
Yeah, no problem.
We shouldn't stay here. It isn't safe. There's so much pain and suffering in this place that I can barely think. What did Zeus say again? A clearing near Tian's Landing across the bridge in south? It sounds simple enough. Lead the way and I'll follow.
Okay, there's nothing here because I've searched it before. Across the way, across the way. Now if I kick this, Ghost will appear to fight. If I leave this alone, nothing will happen. There we go. Focus is like bullet time. Really, really, really useful. Don't overuse it though. I mean, you can end up wanting to do it to make every fight easier,
I am healed.
but doing that will get you in trouble sometimes because you'll use it in an easy fight and there'll be a tough fight that you need it for later. Ooh, inferior charm gem. Okay. Now we got some more baddies here. And we're going to deal with them in a little bit. This shouldn't be too hard. I think if I'm going to do more magic, I really need to increase my chi a little bit more. I'm balanced right now. See, I like this. And things that come straight at, because projectiles will hit people if they get in the way of them. So you might hit unintended people. Which is fine, because you'll tend to hit whoever is closest, coming in closest to you. Especially when they do... Awesome! That was pretty easy. Used up a lot of chi, though. See, I used up a lot of resources on that. I could have finished that with the weapon and used less resources. But fire's fun. And then there are some cases where you need to really marshal your resources fairly well. Specific encounters. Most of the time it's not going to be a problem, but every once in a while it is. Greater Scholar's Gem of Fate. Oh, no. I'm not going to do a Gem of Fate right now. Gem of Fates reduce your stats but give you increased chance of getting a power-up drop. It's not the best idea early
Stop
in the
where you
game.
are. Death's Hand should know better than
I don't
to
use
send
it late
his
in the game
minions out
either. I
alone.
prefer to have
It is clear that you are one of his hirelings, or perhaps one of
better
Gal the Greater's marauding
stats.
pirates. You will pay for the crimes you have committed.
I will pay for the crimes I have committed? What crimes I have committed? Okay.
Don't waste your last breath on lies. I didn't get there in time to help anyone, but I saw you lead the massacre in Two Rivers. Clearly you were. Death's Hand went too far in ordering its destruction, and Gal the Greater sought to profit from it. My retribution will end with them, but it will begin with you.
And you can't comprehend that maybe we're survivors? I guess that's hard to believe, considering how effective Death's Hand is. Plus, I'm using magic. Here we go. Yay! Got you.
Enough! The way you move seems odd. A flaw I cannot see, perhaps? But you are better than I expected. You might even beat me, if I allowed such insolence. You are too skilled to be just a hireling. Death's Hand would view such ability outside his assassins as dangerous, and Gal the Greater prefers his servants docile. Death's Hand may be our common foe, but the enemy of my enemy is not necessarily my friend. You chase a great evil, larger than you realize. Leave and you may survive. Others have tried to face Death's Hand, but were destroyed, as Two Rivers was. Your honor sends you toward peril, but you do not flinch from it. A trade of fools, and perhaps the occasional hero.
So which are
I
you?
also seek answers from Death's Hand and his minions.
Again, so which are you?
If you truly oppose him, you will need to find your way to the Imperial City. Of course, only the Lotus Assassins can come and go as they please, thanks to Gao. Travel routes by land and water are blocked, but they use wind maps and flyers to further their goals here. Perhaps, if you are capable, we will meet again. I wish you good luck, but you will need far more than that to survive. Farewell.
And away goes Silk Fox. Okay, I just used up a whole lot of chi fighting her. And again, using chi at this point is probably not my best bet. The weapon's probably far more economical. I should be using it more often. Now, if you're using weapon plus focus mode will drain your focus really fast. So, yeah, you want to keep track of your focus. I'm not going to be probably using focus mode as much as I usually do in this case, especially since I'm doing mostly weapon, which is going to suck because one of my preferred styles of fighting uses martial and support styles. Harmonic combos is a big thing. You'll probably still see a lot of it, but I think there's something over here. No. Oh, there's something here. And there's these guys, which I will use a weapon for.
This area is off limits. Intruders will be executed. Impudence. We have orders from Death's Hand himself, peasant. All intruders die.
Okay, here we go.
Dire flame, stop!
Remember, movement interrupts people. It doesn't do any damage, but your evasion can screw with people's attacks. So you want to move around a lot. Watch. See, if you do jump around a lot, you end up getting them going past them and getting them stalled for a brief moment.
You lack grace!
There we go. Now, on the PC
stop.
version...
I'm not your
Never
enemy.
mind.
I swear by my ancestors, I'm not your enemy. I'm not even a soldier. Even though I wear this uniform, I'm no soldier. My name is Chen Yi. I'm just a simple peasant from the town of One Stone. These soldiers passed through my village a few weeks ago. One of them angered the Lord's assassin who was in charge, and the assassin killed him. As I was coming back in from the fields, they grabbed me to fill his place. They put this uniform on me, bloodstains and all, and told me I was in the army.
Okay.
Thank you, noble one. You are most merciful, and I honor you. My whole family honors you. Of course, great one.
See,
I will
if
return to
you...
my village and lead an
this is-
upright life of farming and praying. Thank you for sparing me. Thank you.
You showed great compassion to that poor man. I am glad to see you can be merciful as well as strong.
See, this is one of the things about me, about how screwed up the system is here. Okay. Now, you're supposed to do this in a specific order, because if you do it in the wrong order, you'll get silk strings, and then 2 random ones. But if you do it in the right order, you get some really good gems. I think this is the one that's supposed to go first. Oh, I screwed up. Oh, I screwed up. Okay. Let's see if I have any saves recently. Oh, I would have to go all the way back. Oh, I screwed up. You're supposed to get, if you do it the right way, you get the Gem of the Gentle Mind.
There is something dangerous beyond these gates.
Okay. And something called the Slick Gem, which I don't know exactly what it does. I screwed up. Because I've never used it, but the Gem of the Gentle Mind is pretty useful. But that's why I'm talking about, you know...
You found your way. Good. I decided there wasn't much point in staying with the flyer. It's not going to get much worse in my opinion. Here, I salvaged this gem out of some sort of power source. I imagine you will have some use for it. Now that we're here, we should see if anyone knows anything about flyers. Maybe whoever's in charge of the town can help us get out. I will stay here at this new camp unless you need me. It seems like a good enough place to base ourselves out of.
Yeah, make sure you talk to your people a lot so you can advance their stories. I didn't do it as much as I should have the last time. And let's run around this camp and see... Oh, cool. See if there's anything useful around. I think there is... Goats! Can we kick a goat? No, we cannot kick the goat. Why do I want to kick a goat anyway? Okay, let's see if there's anything new to talk about. Okay.
I can't believe Two Rivers is gone. It was home. The people there were the only family I've known. And now, they're all gone.
I understand, Dawnstar, but the path you are on may lead to even darker places.
Oh dear.
You must prepare yourself.
I don't want to think like that. We will set things right. We have to.
Which means we will have to.
Returning your friends was never an option, but there are a great many more things that you can lose.
Okay.
Is there anything... No, I didn't have anything pressing on my mind. Although your company is always welcome. We seem so far from anything familiar. Strange enemies, troubling plots. I will be glad we can leave this place to find Master Li.
Okay, that's pretty much her standard thing for I don't have anything
I will
to talk
answer what
to
I
you
can.
about right now.
No, I didn't... You made it quite clear what we must do. We need a wind map, and we need a flyer. The longer we take, the farther away Master Li gets. I do not like the area around this place, around Tian's Landing. There is rot here, deep in the heart of it. There are secrets, and there has been much suffering. Maybe I just feel this way because of what happened at the school, or what I fear will happen to Master Li. I just know we must be careful. I will, but I cannot help worrying or thinking about what has happened to Master Li. Yes, of course. I am glad you are strong in the face of all the death and destruction we've seen.
Okay, so I've asked everything I can from her.
Yes? I can assure you that I no longer share an allegiance with them. It was a short dalliance that ended on poor terms. I won't discuss that. Perhaps I will say more when I know your motives better, but for now my past is my own. I'm not concealing anything that will harm you or your cause. You and Dawnstar have my full support, but my past is my own affair. I won't get in your way if you don't get in mine. I have nothing more to say about where we are.
Interesting.
Our enemy? The sure sign of an effective fighter is that he has many enemies. Which are you most curious about?
Let's see the Emperor.
You name the Emperor among your personal foils. You have a grand opinion of yourself. Don't be so quick to link Sun High to the destruction you have seen. Death's hand may still answer to him, but it is a long leap from that to assuming the Emperor approves of what the Lotus Assassins have done. Both of those possibilities will be hard for people to swallow. The Emperor is the Emperor. He is above weakness or viciousness.
Just because you
To
say
question
that
that
doesn't make it
is
true.
to question the nature of the Jade Empire, and not many people are willing to do that. The Emperor is the foundation upon which we build. If he is weakened, we all fall.
Lovely philosophy to build
A
a country
small
on.
man. He bears a grudge against the world because his wealth cannot buy him the status he wants. At least that is my estimation of him. If we encounter him in his holdings near Tian's Landing, I doubt he will be very welcoming. Not after he learns the fate of his son.
Indeed.
There is little to tell that would affect you now. The assassins are fanatically loyal to Death's Hand, and he uses that influence to do as he wishes. He also controls the Imperial Army, but they are no longer in his favor, it seems. Mere guards in comparison to the assassins.
Indeed.
Death's Hand was just beginning his rise to power when I left the Lotus Assassins. I do not know much more about him. I will answer. I will get. Goodbye.
Okay, so nothing more about him. We'll leave this area. Oops, I went the wrong way. Easy enough. Fix. It doesn't matter. Here we go.
Nara earphonia wonu kana wa ofa ear kana wa wonu.
Mother and I are getting out of this town. If you have any sense, you'll do the same.
Upwak wo sosonia sonophonia sisaya nawakok. Sisaya ifok woso no koso ayaya. Sire kanoa faranuir.
It's sure to be more exciting than this dead place.
Koni okioia kawaya wakawaya. Watita osia kwanif nipawia. Pier uksaya sinini sisaya rusta atapafawir sumpuno ko suir towero. Ukir nepo sise sire wosaya sisaya ifo woso no koso ayaya. Sire kano woyoir apafawir sisiyar sisitu tok. Woyer wak wo tawa ya kupia kawia nakawia ipduki.
Those pirates must be Gal the Greater's men. We know that he has holdings near here, and he has flyers.
Pier uksaya sinini sisaya rusta atapafawir sumpuno ko suir towerok. Sisaya ifo woso no koso ayaya. Sire kanoa wo tawa ya kupia kawia nakawia ipduki. Wo nipir uksayir sisini nisayir rusta, wo ifuir uksunok nokawayir. Noni wo sayatar wo yowi apafawayir sisiyar sisitu to. Pawoya stir wo sayir ifasaya wo kawishir. Ukir nepo sise sayir wo sayir nifui. Noni wo sayatar wo.
Okay,
Koni okioia kawaya wo kawaya.
you cannot convince them to
Watita
stay.
osia kwanif nipawia.
It's impossible to get them to stay.
Out of our way, woman. In this town, we don't step aside for you. You step aside for us.
The peasants of this village may cower before you, but I do not. If you are smart, you will apologize for your behavior and walk away.
Don't tell me what to do. You think I won't hit a woman? You have to learn your place. This whole town has to learn
The
its place.
woman is wearing armor, you're
What are you
not.
looking at? This doesn't concern you. Time to teach you all a lesson.
Stop!
Dire flame!
See, the staff probably would have been more economical,
I was
but
back
slower.
at camp when I heard the sounds of battle. I got here as fast as I could, though obviously I arrived too. Hui, what are you doing?
It's been a long time, Zoo. I haven't seen you since that night. I did as you asked. The child is safe. I made sure of that.
I know. After we spoke, I followed you. I wanted to be sure she was given a good home. You did well, Hui. Hui and I knew each other long ago. She was a soldier, and I needed her help.
Oops, I skipped it.
She was just a girl. Her parents were dead. I couldn't look after her, and I knew Hui by reputation. I knew she would find a good home for her. No, you would not. Not everything is about you. People are living their lives across the Jade Empire, and most have no connection to you at all. She was just a girl. Her parents were dead. She's safe. That's all you need to know. She doesn't concern you. Besides, we don't have time to...
Yes, those are old worries. Thank you for your actions today. Even if these men were no real threat, just simple sailors frustrated at the shallow river that holds them here. There are pirates in the area, and they pose a far greater danger. You will likely encounter them, especially if you are the one I am waiting for. As Sagacious Zoo mentioned, my name is Hui. Tell me, young woman, what is your master's name? I have waited here many years for the arrival of one special fighter. Your master, Sun Li, bid me to wait until you, his protege, came seeking information.
So it's true. Master Li really is the Emperor's brother. I wish I had known.
He is gone, isn't he? Taken by the Lotus assassins just as he thought. He knew they were always searching. They are right to fear him and his legacy. The glorious strategist was certain the path to the Imperial City would bring you here. He was also very specific about how I present my information to you. You must be ready. I served under Sun Li and was one of a few soldiers he trusted enough to contact after Dirge fell. Li knew the events there would have great consequences. He told me of the weeks-long siege and how spirit monks were slaughtered so his brother could take their temple. It was madness. The Emperor killed the water dragon itself.
That's...
The water dragon. The shepherd of the dead, a goddess of rebirth. To try and steal her power, to even think it could be attempted. Has any mortal ever shown such arrogance?
Emperor!
There are many beings that exist beyond our experience. The heavens are governed by a celestial bureaucracy. Each facet of existence is managed by a specialized attendant. Most appear to have little influence, but some, like the water dragon, have a portfolio that grants exceptional status. She was said to have governance over the Great Wheel.
Ooh, book!
She was not a maker, but all life that ended passed her gaze before returning to the earth in another form. Sun Hai sought rebirth for his empire at the cost of the natural order. Her body was taken to the palace as a grim trophy of the power that ended the long drought. All the while the people hailed the emperor as a hero, ignorant of the price. Even a god is not invincible. They have their place and it can be challenged. Sun Li could not stop the slaughter of the spirit monks. He fled the battle with you in his arm. Most believe Sun Li fell at Dirge, a lie spread by the emperor. A handful of us knew that he lived, and we also learned the terrible price of his rebellion. Li's wife was with child, his daughter born in the imperial palace while he was at Dirge. He never saw her. Within weeks of the siege, the emperor had Li's family executed.
Executed. Murdered. The Lotus assassins were to cut them down. A mother and newborn child. I have no doubt that order came from Death's Hand himself.
He probably didn't think his family would be harmed, but even had he known, he might still have saved you. Li knows you have a destiny to fulfill. You are the last of your kind. The natural order has been disrupted. There is much to say, but first I was instructed to impart some very specific knowledge. Your master was very clear.
You can trust we, so I don't think there's any reason for me to stick around. I'll be back at the camp.
Zhu is an honorable man. Not a good man, perhaps, but an honorable one. Now to your training. A brief description will reinforce in your mind the style you saw me use. Certain lessons had to be withheld until you were ready for the attention they will bring. Sun Li taught me so that I would teach you. I must train you in Spirit Thief.
This is a very, very useful
Magic
skill.
and weapons tire you. Draw on them too much and you could be left defenseless. Spirit Thief restores your chi,
But not your
prolonging
focus.
your ability to fight or ignore wounds. It is especially useful when enemies are immune to basic martial attacks, when you must use magic or weapons. It can even immobilize a foe, allowing time to recover even more.
Sort of.
This short lesson should be enough for now. Come speak with me in the tea house. We will talk of your master.
Spirit Thief is very, very useful. And since I don't plan on increasing Heavenly Wave at all, I'm going to replace it with Spirit Thief. Okay, yay! Look! Plot!
Please excuse me. I know I shouldn't be crying in public like this, but I just can't help. Please, I'm just a humble woman. My name is Seamstress Lawn, and I have a problem I don't know how to solve. I thought you could help, but I was afraid to speak to you. It's my fiancé, Baker Bay. Every day a group of thugs attacks him and beats him up. He tries to avoid them, but they find him wherever he goes. The beatings are getting worse. I'm terrified they're going to kill him. After I saw you take on those sailors, I thought, well... But there isn't! My poor Bay... I knew you'd understand. Bay is down at Baker's Pier right now in the southeast.
He's at Beggar's Pier. Ooh, she has stuff to
Is
say.
there anything you... No, I didn't. Strange.
Interesting. Why did you
I will
hurry?
answer what I can. You made it quite...
Yeah, you don't have anything
Be
more
what-
new to say. That's weird. Why would you have a yellow thing over your head?
This-
I have never used improvised weapons.
Good.
Really,
You're
I think I
here.
have
We
once.
can continue where
I'm
we
not
left
really
off
impressed
before.
with them.
You've got unfinished business with us first.
There are important matters at hand, yet you fellows keep interrupting. I'm surprised you're this eager to get another beating so soon.
This time we brought some friends to even up the odds.
Yeah, this is going to be useful.
Dire Blade!
That is an improvised weapon over there, a table leg. See what he's using there? Why are you fighting me? The friggin' sailors started it.
You certainly look like Lee's top student, though there's something odd about how you fight. I can't put my finger on it. It doesn't matter. The sailors won't bother us again. We can get back to business. Sun Lee gave me instructions to await you if anything should happen. I have prepared for this day for well over a decade. The full extent of what the glorious strategist knows is beyond my mind to comprehend. He is without peer. All I know is that I had instructions to wait for you. Sun Lee asked me to seek a piece of a special amulet he wanted you, his prize pupil, to have. It was broken apart and scattered when the Spirit Monk Temple fell. He intended to, and I assume he did, give the main piece to you. Rumor placed a smaller part with a fleeing apprentice monk, but it had been some years and the trail was cold. I eventually learned the monk had fled to Old Tien's Landing. He was there a year or so, but died of lingering injuries and was buried with his possessions unsorted. It was rushed at the time because the new dam was due to close and Old Tien's would become a watery tomb. The amulet was beyond reach, so I came here and waited. Now the Lotus assassins have drained the lake and exposed the ruins of Old Tien's Landing. It seems they are searching for this piece of the Spirit Monk amulet too. The Emperor is privy to much. I don't know his motives, but any aid to you is likely a threat to him. You must go to the ruins and find the amulet piece meant for you. I choose to believe that my service was valuable and vital. You would have come here eventually. The amulet would draw you at least. It is coming on 15 years now. As I said, I learned the location of the amulet after the monk died in Old Tien's. It has been difficult serving and waiting inside. My assignment is to give you information to help. Pirates have raided local villages using flyers, swooping down like You can find Shang near his still smoldering office in the center of town. I'm sure he will welcome your assistance, even if your reasons... I am unimportant, but I promised I would aid you. I cannot. I have done my part. I have given Sun Li my loyalty and devotion. Now I am empty. I have nothing left. I see an end to my long service. I welcome it. I will give you what guidance and information I can. Sun Li is a great man, driven by greater goals and ideals. Sometimes his gaze is lifted so high that he does not see what is right in front of him.
I suspect you were a little bit
We who serve
interested
him
in
are sometimes forgotten, left to toil in obscurity until the time to act is thrust upon us. So it was with me, waiting for you. Remember, go to the ruins and claim the amulet before the Lotus assassins do. You will need it to survive the trials that lie ahead.
level. Okay. More focus. More chi. 5 points still. I haven't gotten to the point where things are increasing too much yet. I could increase that in places. I could increase that in places. Let's see. Speed increase. Damage increase. And oh, I should have increased this. Now the suggestion is on Spirit Thieves just to enhance speed and not worry about chi damage or duration increase. I would concur. The duration doesn't really help you that much. And so, okay. And I don't have any more points. Oh look, chi ball.
Hello, young one. My name is Quan, but everyone calls me Old Mother Quan. I'd like you... Welcome to my tea house. Oh, that's not right. No, not anymore. Sorry about the confusion, dearie. What I meant to say was, welcome to Master Dutong's tea house. Yes, I owned the tea house for many, many years. At least I thought I did. But then Master Dutong came to town with that imperial writ. Oh my, wasn't that a shock? Turns out his family owns this land. They have for hundreds of years. The land is his along with everything on it, so now he owns my tea house too. He was nice enough to let me stay on here as a helper. I steep the tea. Yanwan takes the orders, and Master Dutong, well, He mostly just drinks his wine. No one knew. This was just an empty patch of rock for hundreds of years. Who would have thought the Empire had deeded it to anyone? But Master Dutong came along with his writ. Now, why would I do such a thing? I can't even imagine anyone being so horrible they'd forge an imperial writ. No, I'm sure the land belongs to Master Dutong.
Right.
That is very nice of you, my child, but what could you do? I would love to have my tea house back, but it belongs to Master Dutong now. You can't argue with an imperial writ. All this talk is just the rambling of an old woman. Put it out of your head and enjoy yourself. It may not be mine anymore, but this is still a fine tea house.
Hello, greetings, welcome. My name is Steeper Yanru, and I'll be... No, that's not right at all. Idiot. I'm Barkeep Yanru now, not Steeper Yanru. I'm sorry about that. I still can't get the hang of this new position. Sometimes I wish old Mother Quan still owned the tea house so things could go back to the way they were. That imperial writ has caused us no amount of grief. Mother Quan lost her tea house. Waitress Yanwan is busier than ever, and I spend all day giving out foolish advice. Sure. I have no idea. Dutong just had me memorize a bunch of wise sayings. None of them make much sense to me. Maybe they'll sound better if people drink the wine. I shouldn't speak ill of my boss, but I don't trust him. Maybe it's because he's not from the town. He just showed up one day with that imperial writ and took over. That imperial writ has caused us no amount of grief. Mother Quan saw it, though her eyes aren't too good. Most of us didn't bother to give it a look since hardly anyone in the town can read any... What? You mean it wasn't real? That means Mother Quan should still own the tea house. Problem is, Dutong's already shown everyone the writ and now he's got it locked away. If you're right, he'd never bring it out again. There's no way to prove... That might work. It would probably help if you get him drunk first. That's something I can help you with. Dutong's always having me send over... Usually I mix it with water so he doesn't get too drunk too fast. It won't be quite that easy. I've watched Dutong for quite a while, and when he's drinking, he usually goes through 3 stages of drunkenness.
I'm going to do this one.
Dutong is very friendly when he starts to drink. You might get a confession out of him then, but I doubt it. He's not really all that drunk at that stage. Usually after about 7 bowls, he slips into depression and sorrow. He complains about how his life is worthless and what a bad and sinful man he is. Not a pretty sight. By the 9th glass, he starts to get paranoid. You can't really talk to him then. Usually around that time, I try to slip a restorative potion into his glass to sober him up. The restorative tastes pretty foul, but it does the job. Works instantly and makes a man sober as an imperial judge. Dutong's guard keeps a vial handy at all times, just in case.
Imperial judge.
The guard gave me a few vials so I could slip them into Dutong's wine when he starts to get paranoid. Keeps him from getting out of hand. No problem. We have 2 sorts of wine here. Peasant's wine and imperial seasoned spirits. The peasant's wine is pretty weak, but that's usually what Dutong drinks. The imperial seasoned spirits are a lot stronger. 1 bowl of that is worth 3 bowls of peasant's wine. And if Dutong gets too drunk, I have the restorative to sober him up.
Okay, so let's give him some seasoned wine.
1 drink for Master Dutong coming up. Anything else I can do for you?
That's about 3 bowls. And do another one.
1 drink for Master Dutong coming up.
That's 6
Anything else
bowls.
I can do for you?
If I do that again, he's too drunk, so we're going to do this.
1 drink for Master Dutong coming up. Anything else I can do for you?
And this over here means he's now drunk enough.
Good,
but
good.
You get the
Go
same...
speak to Dutong. If he's not drunk enough, or if he's too drunk, come back and see me and I'll mix him up another drink. We'll get him to admit he's a cheat and a sneak. Then old Mother Quan will be back in charge, and I won't ever have to give out another bit of bad advice.
Okay, now, that same animation you saw where he stood up, that happens if you get him too drunk, too. Because that animation triggers when he gets drunk enough, and then You go skip right past it into too drunk.
What do you want? You come to mock me? Come to laugh at the tragedy that is the life of Three Sheets Dutong?
This is the stage you want him in.
No, not the writ. Let's not talk about that. It's my secret shame. Just the thought of that writ brings tears to my eyes. It tears at my poor, miserable soul.
I can imagine.
No, please, just leave me alone. What are you?
Let's try this again.
No, please, just leave me alone.
Let me see if I have better... Fear your charm, Jim. I have good intimidation. Let's see what my skills are. My intimidation is really high. Wonder why. Oh, because of the gentle persuasion thing.
What are you? No. Yes, I'm a worm. A filthy snake. I'm a worthless, wretched worm. Oh, I'm a despicable person. A bad, bad man. The writ, it's a fake. A forgery. I made it all up.
Buzz, what are you saying? I better sober you up.
Yep, you better. I think it's a little bit too late, though.
Oh, I hate that restorative potion. Oh, that stuff tastes like vomit baked in a glaze of goat hair and garnished with a sprinkling of horse dung. And now I have the strangest memory, as if I... Oh no. Did I say anything to you, stranger? Anything about, I don't know, an imperial writ? What? No, I never said any such thing.
I heard what you said, Dutong. I knew you cheated Mother Quan out of this place, and now we have proof. You can't get out of this net.
Ah, I see what you're after. Oh yes, Three Sheets Dutong was not born yesterday, nor the day before that. Indeed, we are speaking the language of commerce.
No.
I will give you a great deal of silver to keep this little secret from getting out. Lots of silver for both of you, if you keep quiet about this.
I don't know, Dutong. I could really use the silver, but Mother Quan is such a nice old lady, I'm just not sure what to do.
Okay. Yeah. So, here's the thing. If this is going to be closed fist, oh, I get money. This is going to be open palm. Neither one of these options really seems particularly open palm or closed fist. In fact, this one down here doesn't seem... Well, this one, the top one seems like it could go with either open palm or closed fist. But this bottom one is just... It doesn't really match the stated philosophy of closed fists at all. Because it's like, oh, okay, we'll help out this weakling. We'll take care of this weakling here.
Right, of course. What was I thinking? Old Mother Quan's a good woman. She deserves to have her tea house back.
Boss, people aren't gonna like us when they find out what you did. Maybe we should get out of here.
That's the smartest thing you've said since I hired you. Let's go.
Well done. It'll be nice to have old Mother back in charge again. You should tell Mother Quan she got her tea house back. Now things can go back to the way they were.
I knew you would make the right choice. We share the same master, and he taught us both well.
Yeah, there's no point to that doing that as the closed fist thing. The closed fist thing on that is just stupid.
Hello again,
And
dearie.
greedy.
I hope you're having a nice time here in in Master Dutong's tea house. A forgery, are you certain?
Yes, I am.
That scoundrel! No wonder he left here so fast. Cheating an old woman out of her hard-earned living. The very nerve.
I know, really.
People, listen to me. Master Dutong has left. This brave young lady exposed him for the fraud that he was. The tea house is mine again.
Yeah!
Hooray for Mother Kwan! Her tea house is back in business!
You've given me back the only thing I ever cared about. And you've done a service for this town, too. I'm going to turn this place back into a respectable quality tea house. I don't have much. The only reward I can offer is my humble thanks. That and a promise that you will always be welcome here at Old Mother Kwan.
So...
It's good to have things back the way they were. Mother Kwan is a much better owner than Dutong.
I thought one of the sailors trapped here might make a good husband, but they're just a bunch of drunks.
I'm going to stop here, save. And end for the day because I have something else I need to do. So that's bye-bye.